Howdly doodly do, everybody. It's Friday. You know what that means. Literally, I'm in charge, motherfucker. Amy's gone. We kicked her out. Pride month, fuck it. We got rid of the lesbian and we stayed our way on pansexual. That doesn't work. God damn it. We failed already, Vitz, but I'm joined by the amazing Vitz Patel. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all different kinds of well. How are you, my friend?
I don't know. I went for something there. I don't know if I messed it up. I don't know if I
reached for
nailed
the
it. But
stars, and I
either
love that
way,
about
I
you.
went for it. And Amy's not here, people. We kicked her out. We thought it's time for the bros to join arms together, like that favorite film of Vitz's from Predator. Arnold and
only
the
great
other
movie,
one,
Carl
Weathers, bringing it together, and we're bringing it together to talk about all video games and everything. How was your week, sir? I hope you've had a good week so far.
It's been a busy one. So yeah, with some downtime. I say downtime before the new job kicks off. Yeah, we're doing a lot of stuff at the old place, getting furniture broken down, sold, donated, and what have you. So yeah, it's been stressy, but yeah, looking forward to getting my feet under the table with this new job soon. And yeah, outside of that, I haven't had too much time for games, but I've been loving watching the timeline of everybody else pop off with their games, and Merry Switchmas for all who those celebrating. And yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to join you in that.
I'll get one eventually. There's no doubt. Like I just found out today that there's apparently Game Freak have literally announced the Pokemon Direct or Presents in July. Yeah, and I'm just like, wait, that's very surprising. Why are they doing that? I'm thinking, yeah, they got a game to still sell, I guess. But I've seen the internet of like Pokemon content creators, and they're just like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Probably absolutely nothing, guys.
There you go. You're gonna say now the windmills go up more than 4 frames a second now.
You built yourself up for Pokemon Day in February, and it was basically what I said it was going to be. Everyone's like, wait, are they announcing Gen 10 early? I was thinking, that could happen. I don't deny it.
It could do.
I don't think it will. I think Nintendo are going to hold that thinking, we've got that in February next year, guys. It's all good. That's next year's problem, not this year's problem. But no, yeah, that was a surprise when I saw that. But no, yeah, happy everyone who's got a Nintendo Switch too. I mean, I will get one eventually. There's no doubt about it. It's interesting. There's no doubt about it. I don't agree with anything what they're doing, Nintendo, but
I know, 100%. Yeah,
they've got Pokemon games, and I'm a schmuck.
There you go.
And I saw
Just
that
when they think you're
10
out,
second clip of Violet and Scarlet on the Switch 2, and I'm just like, God damn it. God damn it. Fucking thing works now. Why?
No, absolutely. People seem to be loving Mario Kart World. I'm not sure they're finding too much quote unquote fun out there in the kind of Forza Horizon open world thing, but the core game, it's still Mario Kart, and it's still amazing kind of thing, and it's taking its new level. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hitting the track at some point. Yeah, I think I probably missed the window where you can get the cheaper version, like with Mario Kart World bundled in. But who knows at that point? I'm sure there's plenty of weird Nintendo decisions to come.
Oh god, yeah. They've done a whole domino effect for the entire industry, and it's just like, yep, us as consumers, we're screwed.
That's it.
And I'm still schmuck.
But yeah, as we do allude to, this is episode 455 of the Words About Games podcast.
Did I?
With us too. You said welcome to the podcast.
I didn't say the number. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. I got you. That's why we're here.
Sir. See, it's Men's Mental Health Month, just like Pride Month, but like I say, we got rid of one. So you just got me. But either way, it's Men's Mental Health Month, so we and Vitz, we're here supporting each other, raising each other up and everything, and we're getting rid of the women. No offense. Sorry, Amy. She can't stop me. She cannot release this episode. That's true. But I feel like I'm just building up all the ammunition for her when she comes up and sees me in a month's time. And next time you see me, it's just going to be a bruised face.
Will be flying. You pick her up at the bus station, at the train station. She'll just be, put up your jukes. Let's go.
I'll just walk out, and it'll be like a scene from Madagascar where there's Deborah and the lion, and running, she's going, yay!
Exactly.
And then the lion just said, money! And I'm like, oh, shit! Trust me, you'll never
It's
see
happened
a fat guy
immediately.
run faster than Usain Bolt, but trust me, you fucking will that day.
The world record's been broken that
World
day,
record's
for
done.
sure. You saying
That's
who?
true. That's true. But either way, yes. So, what is your cool thing, Vitz? Have you brought a cool thing to talk about that you want to discuss
I
with people?
have. It's a cool thing which may not be new, but it is still cool to me because it was new to me. I got around to seeing Sinners this week,
Oh,
which released digitally all over the world, and what a movie! What's better than one Michael B. Jordan? Two Michael B. Jordans in this movie, along with Haley Seinfeld and a all-star cast. I haven't seen Delroy Lindo pop up in a movie since like the early 2000s. I'm sure he's been in
yeah,
other stuff
probably
and
us.
like he's
Yeah.
done a bunch of voiceover work and stuff like that. But yeah, in terms of like last time he was in like acting alongside DMX and Jet Li and Aaliyah and stuff like that. And he used to be, he used to be the police officer in all of these films. But yeah, Sinners is a fantastic movie. I'm not sure how much you know about it or if you've seen it yet.
I haven't seen it
But
now, but I do know about it. I know about the one little scene that's all around the internet of Haley Steinfeld saying a certain few lines, and everyone's just so shocked that it comes from this woman. I'm just like, she's a woman, guys. She's literally married now.
also, yeah, like everybody's free to have those thoughts and
Yes.
to say those lines. Absolutely, there shouldn't be any censorship or anything like that. Let her get her freak on in
Let
every
her
way,
get a
in
freak
any way
on.
it takes her fancy.
Yeah.
But yeah, stellar performances all round, and yeah, I think it's a movie that everybody needs to check out. Even if you're not particularly into that type of genre,
Is it a
I will
musical?
say it's not a musical. There's musical elements into it, so there's yeah, there's songs which play, but it's a vampire flick at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Now, this might turn a lot of people off, but I will say the whole vampire-ness of it is very light. And the main meat of the movie itself is just the character interactions and Michael B. Jordan acting alongside himself, and it's Ryan Coogler, and yeah, I can't wait to see what Ryan Coogler brings out next. And I know I'm not I know for myself at least, I'm not looking for any sequels from Ryan Coogler. Obviously, we got like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, uh, but I think that was a different kettle of fish, and I don't necessarily need to see more of this world. I just want to see the next vision that's in his brain and what that is and comes to fruition.
He is one of those directors out there that are just like amazing. There's no doubt about it. Definitely, he's basically touched. I think everyone's universally says a good, at least minimum, a good at the bottom
Definitely.
for everybody. Even I can say I enjoyed Black Panther 2. For
Hmm.
everything they had to go through for that movie, it's just like
Yeah.
it's amazing they got a decent product out for me personally. Overall, I didn't like some of the directions for it, but yeah, well, I'm not gonna bash
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
for that. They were in an incredible and terrible situation that they had to somehow get around for it. But yeah, like the only film I think apart from Sinners that I haven't seen of his is Fruitvale Station. That's also Michael
Mm,
B. Jordan as well, which is funny. He's basically in it. I'm trying to think. Is he in every movie of his? Oh
I
God, I think he
think so.
is. Fruitvale Station, Creed,
Yeah.
Black Panther 2,
Mm.
and obviously Sinners. I don't know if there's another movie in there that I am missing. Please correct me if I'm wrong, people.
Yeah, chat and let us know in the comments below wherever you're happy to be listening to this. Yeah, let us know if you're a fan of Ryan Coogler and his movies, and if you've seen Sinners. Yeah, as a piece of black excellence, it's amazing, and it is about the struggle of being a black community in America uh, in the past, we'll say, and yeah, and as a piece of there and the interpersonal relationships they have with there, it's stunning to see on film. It's beautifully shot as well. So yeah, highly recommend you check out Sinners.
The only thing I had negative towards it, like I said, I haven't seen it, was like
Yeah, yeah,
I saw the trailer, or like I think the last trailer, and I think they basically ruined the entire movie. Said the entire
yeah.
movie, and I was just like, oh, and that just made me think: was the studio, or even Ryan Coogler, maybe even I'm guessing the studio was just like weren't terribly worried about this movie, especially with how much money they put into it. I
Hmm.
get it from that certain point of view that they were trying to maybe get hype up, and I'm just like, they proved that probably you didn't need to do that because the hype of just how great this movie was kept it going. I think it's still in the top 5 in America alone,
Yeah,
even though it's
definitely.
now released digitally and it'll probably just drop out there like out the top 10 really fast now. But
Hmm.
all I know is the only thing I know over is that a lot of the pathetic American journalists over in America were just like, he's going to get the rights back to this movie, and I think in like 25 years or something like that. He did a shrewd deal of something like that. And everyone's just like, why do you think this is so significant? And his responses are brilliant of just like, don't complain when these white directors did it.
Yes.
I'm just like, what's
It's
the
only issue
difference?
now.
What's the difference?
Exactly.
I don't know what to do. I'm a human being type of thing. And we all
Hmm.
know the difference. They're just racist bastards as always. But
Yeah.
yeah, I love everything he's touched. I've enjoyed it. And he's like
Hmm.
one of those directors where I'm just like, yeah, I'll see his movie, even though I don't really go to the cinema anymore. I'll always watch out for his movie and everything. So I am looking forward to it. Though I'm more happy for I'm hearing. I heard amazing love for Jack O'Connor,
Mm-mm.
the main villain. I'll just say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I've known him from Skins season 3 and 4, and he was amazing in that. And I've seen him in other things throughout the year, throughout his career and everything. And he's such for me an underrated British actor. And
Yeah.
to see that he's hit a massive movie like this, and he's just when I see it, I'm just like, it's him now. Just it's what he was in Skins season 3 and 4, an absolute lunatic from the trailers I've seen and everything. But he's now older. He's more reassuring of himself and everything, and more confident. And he looked like he just oozed it in that movie. And I'm looking forward just for that performance alone.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
but yeah, I definitely want to see the movie, and I've heard such great things about it. So definitely
Mhm.
go and check it out when you get a chance, people. It's out there digitally right now. And if you've seen it, let us know in the comments down below
Absolutely.
for us.
Moody, what's your cool thing that you're bringing to the table this week?
I had a choice of two things, bits. So I'm going to
Ooh.
go for the one that I thought of first
Okay.
and that is Netflix had their Netflix of Bond, whatever, over the
Ta-dum.
weekend and everything. And everyone knows I am a huge fan of One Piece. I'm a big fan of the anime and everything. And I was very thoroughly surprised of how much I enjoyed the live action adaptation that they did a few years ago. Because obviously we know season 2 is coming, and obviously and everything like that. Obviously, everyone has been wondering. We all know what season 2 is going to be and who's going to be coming into the show. Everyone's now been wondering, what does the Doctor character look like? He's a CGI. He's going to be a CGI character. We know he was going to be because he's a reindeer
Mm.
and everything. And they finally revealed them and showed them off and everything. And for me, I have not seen the internet. I don't care if the internet hate it or love it. I don't give a fuck. This is my opinion of this. Like, I think they nailed his look. His looks so adorable, so
That's amazing.
uh, lifelike. It looked really really good, and it looked like they really nailed what Chopper is all about, which is really funny. Not really funny, really good and really funny at the same time because he's an adorable little character with just a huge heart. And if they nail his arc from the anime, they could at the end of season 2, everyone's going to be crying and everything, which is
Awesome.
could be awesome. But yeah, he looked absolutely amazing. And even though they've announced 2026, they didn't really show a trailer. They just revealed this is what Tony Chopper looks like. Welcome, Tony Chopper. He's going to be coming into the series and everything. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I can't wait. It was a lot of fun to watch it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I caught a few bits. I didn't watch the Tadum thing, but I
Neither did
caught
I. I just
a
saw the
few of the
trailer.
highlights that came out of it. So the next Ryan Johnson Knives Out movie's coming along, and Benoit Blanc is back with his Foghorn Leghorn accent, and this time he has long hair. So we just see how that shakes out. And then yeah, Squid Game season 3 coming along, and then some stuff peddled by Zionists. So we're not going to be viewing that. But yeah. I'm glad that you're super stoked for One Piece, and I'm glad that to your eyes, and that's all that matters to you, kind of thing, that they're doing it justice. So
I think they
hell
do.
yeah,
I think they are. I'm sure there's some idiots online who's like, they've destroyed it and everything like that.
exactly.
At the end of the day, guys, I'm just going to go off this. Oda, who created One Piece, he's signing off on these things. If he's
Mm.
okay with it, I'm okay with it. That's how I see it. And I don't care.
Absolutely, and the original still exists. It's not like they've taken that away from you. So when it
Yeah.
comes to, yeah, I know that I was super tilted when it came to The Last of Us and that adaptation for HBO, but it ultimately doesn't matter. So uh, the way I look at it is that the adaptations aren't necessarily for you if you're coming from an original fan of the anime or the manga, that kind of thing, and uh, it's for a new audience who haven't necessarily dipped into the original source material.
Yeah.
So they are going to adapt things on the fly. Some of the changes are going to be for the better, some of them may not be, kind of thing. But at the end of the day, yeah, the original's still there, and you can go back anytime you want and enjoy it. I know there's a bit of a commitment because I imagine One Piece is
Oh yeah,
is a
there's a
big thing.
commitment,
But
all
yeah,
right. There's commitment.
exactly, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, go out and enjoy the thing that you enjoy, and don't worry about everything else. If it's not for you, then it's okay. Just to wipe your hands and say, okay, we'll try again next time.
Yeah, just like I said ages ago for Amy, who's kind of interested in maybe giving it a go or something like that. She's not really sure. That they're remaking it. Netflix are remaking the animation, the animated show, starting from the beginning and everything, and kind of quote unquote cutting out the fluffy filler, basically.
Yep.
And whatnot. So, and that's coming. They didn't talk about that. I was very surprised. So I'm guessing that's not this year. It might be next year again and everything. But,
Yeah, I'd imagine it's next year, but yeah, I reckon they've got people banging on their door saying, "When's One Piece? Where's One Piece? Where's One Piece?"
they'll have some. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Like, it's the biggest thing in Japan. It's it's in the top 10 of best-selling just books in general. Like, fun fact, it's now it's topped Harry Potter. She
Love
went
that.
down in the list of top 10 motherfuckers. And we all hail One Piece for that. Thank you, Oda. Take care of
There you
yourself,
go.
sir. I hear you're a bit crazy sometimes. You
Arigato for
overwork
that, for sure.
sometimes. But no, yeah, it's yeah, guys, if you just go and start now, come back to us in about 3 weeks. You'll probably caught up by then, maybe. What, work? No, don't worry about work. You have to skip work. Do work need you?
They'll understand.
They don't understand. Tell them from
Exactly.
me, who has no power, that I okayed it.
If they value you, then they'll understand.
They'll understand. Yes, it's One
Yeah.
Piece. They'll understand it.
Yeah, I imagine, like, yeah, like the line manager just puts a sheet of paper down. Yeah, 100%.
100%.
No worries. Okay, go ahead.
I got you. Yeah,
Exactly. Let me know when you're caught at where I am, and then we'll have a chat.
exactly. Like, I've spoken like a colleague of mine at work, and because I have my Slack logo, the logo is Luffy in his new form, and we've just chatted through that through Slack on that, and it's a lot of fun to chat now. I'm just like, they were just like, yeah, none of these people here know about the greatness of One Piece. I was thinking, well, that's got to be changed, doesn't it? And
There you go.
and I was just like, everybody, we have to stop work now, and we have to start watching One Piece right now for the next 3 weeks. There's nothing coming. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We got TV right there. Let's put it on. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. So yes, everybody, let's move on to from our cool things we like to talk about this week, and we're now going to move on to the surprise PlayStation State of Play that happened literally for us last night. From recording.
Hot Game Summer is here, everyone. Yeah, and as Moody said, like, PlayStation kind of shadow dropped the announcement. I think it was kind of expected, but it was a surprise to me anyway that a State of Play is coming. So in this traditional E3 time, we typically get a something from PlayStation, something from Xbox, something from Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo a little bit busy with the launch of their new system, and Xbox is doing their thing on Sunday.
Yes. And Shitfest is Friday.
Yes. But you know what? Co-hosting that show is Lucy James Games, and I love Lucy, and I wish her all the best with that show, and she's gonna absolutely crush it.
Is there co-hosting, or is this the person who's just going to be in the
co-hosting,
corner,
not just
doing the announcements of
not just a Sydney Goodman who gets like pushed to the side when it comes to she's hopefully sharing the main stage with Keeley himself. But yeah, PlayStation, they had their State of Play. internally, I hear that we're umming and ahhing about whether they're going to call this a showcase or not. And this is off the heels of a state of play back in February, which kind of blew the water out for everybody, and it was an amazing show. And if you remember, they shadow dropped Saros with Rahul Kohli
Yeah.
at the very end, and yeah, so we've got the rundown here of everything they did in the order that they did it, and we'll just run down through, and then yeah,
Before we
let me
get the
know.
rundown, what did you think
Sure.
of the show? I'm curious.
So there wasn't too much in there for me personally. There were a few cool games and a few cool announcements. But I thought it went well at a nice click. It did dip towards the middle, and we got games which have very similar titles, which kind of lost me. And it was kind of okay. Is this the same game? Obviously, they look and feel differently, that kind of thing. But I would, if I was to, it's like definitely middling grade for me. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah. What do you think?
I overall enjoyed it. If they called it, like if what you said, they were humming it out and calling it a showcase, I think if they called it a showcase, people would be fucking fuming right now. I think
100%.
personally, keeping it as a state of play is the right thing to do and everything like that. I hope that they know if they ever decide to do a showcase ever again, they have to come with the big guns. They have no
Yeah, it's
choice.
nothing but first party.
Yeah, no, it can be a load of things. It's just they basically it has to be not banger after banger after banger, but it has to basically you've got to be coming out of that showcase literally saying about 5 or 6 things blew us all away, and like we're saying, yeah, this
Yes.
was amazing. Yes, it may have lulled in the middle or halfway there and halfway there, but either way, all of these games are coming, and that's amazing type of thing. But yeah, no, with what's announced and everything, I think I'm overall incredibly happy with what was announced. There's some amazing looking games out there. Some shocks, I won't lie, that I didn't expect to hear or anything like that. I won't lie. There was one game that I'm amazed we didn't hear Amy scream going, "It's back!" or something like that. We'll get to that one in shortly. But
Yeah.
but no, yeah, it's I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun watching it, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's spectacular, but I think they ended in an incredible way. I'll say
Yes,
that. I think the
I will say
ending
that
was just
much.
like, what the hell is this? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Even though I'm not a fighting game person, we'll get to it. I'm still like, that looks fucking amazing. What the hell?
100%. Yeah.
So,
Very much looking forward to get into that. Uh, yeah, for me, when it comes to what a showcase would be, is answering a lot of questions that I have about what is first party studios doing. Uh, like we know a few answers, like Naughty Dog have Intergalactic on the way. Is that the only thing? Like, is someone doing anything with the Uncharted IP right now? Is there anything coming from there?
well, we
Is there?
know. Sorry for putting it in there. We know
Yeah, go for it.
I'm pretty sure like Neil Druckmann confirmed that there is a second game getting developed on that Naughty Dog right now. So
Yeah.
we know there's 2 things getting there. So
But yeah, and then obviously Corey Barlog, he's got something percolating.
whatever the hell that is, yeah.
Exactly, and yeah, I imagine we'll get another Horizon title to finish off that trilogy from Guerrilla Insomniac. Obviously, there was the leak that it wasn't the leak. There was a hack that happened, and you know some of their rollout plan was leaked. But how much of that still remains true? You know, we haven't seen Wolverine in quite a while, or had any news from it in terms of, oh, is it going to be a 2026 title, 27, whatever happens to be, kind of thing. So, but yeah, but let's concentrate on what we did get in the state of play. So opened up with Luminous Arise, which is surprising to me because they remembered PSVR 2s, I think. I'm not sure.
There's a
You know,
few
the 10
VR
people,
titles here.
yeah, and the 10 people who bought PSVR 2, I'm sure they're ecstatic. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was interesting to see. So the team who's bringing Luminance back, they also did Tetris Effect Connected, and they did the VR version for that as well. So there was a bit back and forth on there, and yeah, I love that they let the gentleman from the team just speak Japanese to each other, and there was English subs, at least on the stream that I watch, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they didn't feel the need to like dub over in in American English, kind of thing, or what they were saying. So
Unlike what Nintendo
yeah,
does. Nintendo does,
yes,
they dub over, don't they?
hmm
So like
Yeah, I think they
people
dub
can't
over
read.
if you watching the Nintendo of America streams. If you're watching Nintendo Europe or Nintendo UK, then they leave the Japanese VO in there, and they're just have English subs.
So I must be always watching the American version then.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I'm annoyed now
Uh,
myself.
but yeah, is Lumines a thing that you've checked out before?
No, never heard of it until I saw it last night.
Fair
I won't
enough.
lie,
It's
when
huge
the
on
person was
PSP.
walking up and everything like that, I was
Yeah.
literally thinking, "Oh my god, it's a brand new Yakuza game that looks like
Yes.
Kiryu. That's Kiryu. They're doing it. No, it's not. Damn you!
Exactly.
What is this VR thing now?"
But yeah, Lumines was huge on PSP back in the day. So for them to come back with that, I think is huge. Then a game I thought was dead and buried, and we were never ever going to see again, Pragmata. So this is the game which probably is getting sued by Kojima Productions because they're using that Ludo Sense looking guy and the little
They are
girl
probably
with yeah.
getting sued by Kojima.
Yeah, and the little girl with extraordinary powers. And this game for me was infamous for the hand-drawn notes that they left in the previous two trailers, where they had originally had like a release year, and then they crossed it out to say, "Oh, it's delayed." And then at this one, they had a very cute thing where the card comes back and it's hand drawn, and there's a strike through "We're sorry," and it says coming out in 2026 is real. But I thought that was adorable. The gameplay itself still looked a bit stiff for me, and I'm not entirely sure what type of game this is. Is it going to be more of a cerebral mess with your head kind of thing, or are they going for like an all-out action
Yeah.
kind of for this? Yeah, but I'm just surprised this game even exists still.
Yeah, I can't remember. I won't lie until we saw it last night. I won't lie
Mm.
until that thing where you just said, "Very sorry."
Yes.
See you in 2026. It's real. We swear. Type of thing that made me giggle like hell. I won't lie, but yeah, it oozes Kojima, no doubt. Like you can see it. Like they've been massively influenced by him. Until something comes out, if something comes out saying they have properly stolen or something like that, I'm not going to jump on that bandwagon because
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, I won't ever know me personally for myself. But yeah, it's I agree with the gameplay. It looks stiff as hell. It looks stiff, which is kind of very surprising from a Capcom game with how fluent their games have been in place.
Yes.
And fast paced moving, especially with like the monster. I know different developers will be working on these games from the Capcom teams and everything, but yeah, I was very
You think they're
surprised.
show
by
notes,
that.
right?
Sorry?
They're like, hey, you think they're show notes? Like, hey, look at the cool stuff that this team's doing.
You
And
would
yeah,
fucking think so. I'm not gonna lie. It's like all the Call of Duty ones share notes for God's sakes. That's how they keep the same gameplay all the time.
they copy the homework is what they
Yeah,
do.
it's like here's our homework. Don't worry, it's not plagiarism.
Exactly.
We're
Change your
owned by the
name.
same
That's
company and everything. But yeah, it's I'm not sure about it. Like say, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. The visual looks lovely. I won't lie. But I won't lie. There's a creepy AI girl, and I'm just like, oh god, this thing looks like Meg from that Meg movie, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, well, you're gonna turn into a psychopath by the end, and then I'm
So
gonna
you're
have to
gonna
make a
use a stanky
decision
leg and
to
everything.
kill my daughter or not, aren't I? By the end, and I'm just like, nah, man, I can do it. I know you, Capcom. I know you.
Then next up, Suda 51 is back at it. Romeo is a dead man. This trailer opened with so many different art styles they threw at you all at once, and I believe the notion is that you are jumping dimensions or jumping universes, which is kind of why there's different art styles at each different point. This game looks batshit crazy, but I love the title treatment and the typeface they're using on there. I don't know, like the team. Obviously, they've brought Killer 7 and No More Heroes to the world before. I think this looks like it's going to be similar level of quality when it finally releases. In terms of there will be people who are hardcore for this game and they'll rally behind it.
Yeah.
And there'll be others that say, it was interesting, it looked spectacular, but then it was kind of all right. I still need to understand more about this game, but it was super flashy, and my god, the swords were big.
It was overly flashy. It looks
Yes.
visually stunning. I don't deny that, but it was overly flashy like crazy for me. And I was just like, what is going on here? And I was just like, when my brain goes like that, I'm just like, you've completely lost me. But the idea of what you said, it's like it seems like they're jumping through universes in a different art styles. Someone's obviously watched the last Spider-Verse movie,
Yeah.
and everything, and went, "We can do that in video game form." Oh, and everything. So I don't know if it's a game for me or anything like that, but
Yeah,
same time,
100%.
like it's gonna be someone's game and yum, and then they're gonna love it. So I'm over the moon for that. So go for it.
Hell yeah. Next up, spooky times, because Silent Hill F. Can we get some Fs in the chat? Yeah, for these schoolgirls, they're running around, and then oh no, all the horrors come around, and they move faster than I want them to, and there's a whole lot of stuff that makes me gonna go, nope, no, thank you. I'm gonna leave this one to Avi to play.
This looks amazing. This trailer was absolutely phenomenal. I've been intrigued.
Captured on PS5 Pro, so it said, yeah.
So it says, yeah. I'll never believe it. I never will. I don't. They're just saying it for legal reasons, but they don't. I don't think they'll ever unless someone actually challenges them on it. They'll just say prove it, this type of thing. But anyway, yeah, it looks fucking amazing, and this looks like this for me. I'm just like, this is what I wanted from Silent Hill 2 last year. I know Amy loved it and everything. It's one of her favorite games, everything. But for me, Silent Hill 2, I enjoyed it, but it was not that game where I was just like, oh yeah, oh, game of the year. No, it's not game of the year, guys. I'm sorry, it's not. This screams like this could be for me a game of the year contender, which could be
Hell
just
yeah.
and it's a game speaking to me even more because I'm just like, huh. This man loves Japan, even though he's never been there. I'm there. Get me in that, baby. I'm all over
He's
that.
going through Japanese phase, everyone.
Japanese, dude, I won't stop going to it. I will tell you now until I get there. I may never return. I promise you.
It gave me a lot of Fatal Frame vibes, if you've ever come across and played those games. Where you are school students and you're young girls and you're running around with a camera snapping ghosts. And because I don't think these people had huge combat ability, and I could be wrong in terms of that. I was looking through my hands at the screen. Exactly. Is it over? That kind of thing. So but yeah, I'm stoked that you're stoked for it. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see what Amy thinks of it. There's no doubt about that.
It's definitely an unfortunate name, I will say that much.
Silent Hill F.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll make sense, or some sort of sense. Yeah.
No doubt.
But yeah,
there's no doubt. Like it's very. You can clearly forget that it's obviously in Japan or something like that. It's very Japanese, just in the part of just like the protagonist is a kid. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
and they're wearing a school uniform.
That's Japan all through. Kids are the thing that save the world in their eyes.
Take down
okay
adults. Yeah, take down the corrupt. Then we had the game Bloodstain, the Scarlet Engagement. The jump here between the pre-rendered cutscenes, which are like fully 3D, and then the kind of 2.5D gameplay, were jarring for me. It just looked like two completely different experiences. And when it first started off, and you was like, oh snap, is it Castlevania? It's definitely a Metroidvania, and then it's Bloodstain. So the follow-up to the first Bloodstain title, and it didn't look. I'm sure the gameplay feel is going to look amazing. It didn't look spectacular in motion for me. There was a kind of a fuzziness to everything, but that's just my take on it. But yeah, I'm sure for people who are into that vibe and looking for more Castlevania type things, then yeah, a new Bloodstain is for you.
There's no doubt about when the trailer came out started, I was like, oh my god, they're doing it.
Yes,
they're remastering or whatever, remaking Castle fucking Vania. You maniacs! I was gonna be that guy from the former game guys, and he's just like standing on the seat when the Final Fantasy remake was announced. Like, you maniacs! I was gonna do that
exactly,
but it wasn't. But I never played the last Bloodstain. I heard it was a great game. This one looks absolutely great as well. It looks absolutely batshit crazy and fast. I get where you come from with the fuzziness part, but I think it's just because of how fast everything is going at the same time.
Definitely.
And That might be a terrible thing for me unless they have a accessibility thing saying slow down for Moody.
Yes, exactly.
Slow down for slow person,
Exactly.
type of thing. But no, it looks gorgeous. I won't lie. And 2026 next year. So
Hmm. And then yeah, Digimon Story Time Stranger. Uh, yeah, no, you know the biggest Digimon head when it comes to this, but they threw a lot of character names at me. I recognize Agumon, and that's around about it. So okay, good for you. I hope it's good for the Digimon sickos out there. But yeah, uh, more Digimon.
If this was like an anime and everything like that, what they did like a few years ago, bringing back the old cast and crew and
Yeah, yeah.
everything, I'll probably be jumping all over this and everything. But the video that sadly the Digimon games have never been groundbreaking, conversational starters, basically, where you're just like, oh
Mm.
my god, this game was amazing. It's a 10 out of 10. None of them have ever been that, and this one just screams literally. Yeah, it doesn't look good for me personally. I enjoyed the Digimon anime. I loved Tamers, the third season adaptation. That I think is just
Mhm.
so good. Well, how deep that goes into mental health and everything, and loss and everything. But yeah, the games I've never played apart from the first one that came out when obviously the first Digimon show came out and everything, and that was crap in itself. So it didn't make any
Yeah,
sense. I had an Agumon. I'm now going to evolve into Greymon, right? No, what the fuck is this? I
yeah,
didn't ask for
exactly.
this. I had an
Uh-uh.
Agumon. Give me my Greymon, you motherfuckers. It made no
Exactly.
sense. I don't care about the law. So don't even come at me, Digimon people. Pokemon beats you all the time, okay?
Sure,
Facts.
sure thing. Speaking of facts, when they did Creative Vision 3, and that the logo came up for the dead team behind this, I thought, holy shit, uh, they are doing it. I knew it was going to be Final Fantasy related, but I did not expect Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilise Chronicles, which is a HE2D a remake of sorts. Everything's juiced up, and they are also including the original on here as well. But the new version, quote unquote, has uh, fully voice acted lines, and the one and only Ben Starr is in this game.
Of
So
course
he's
he
back in
fucking
another
is.
Final Fantasy
Of
title.
course he
Yes.
fucking is. I bet he'd be in the next Final Fantasy for God's sakes and
I
everything.
hope so.
Um,
But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics is one of the most highly regarded tactics games of all time, and I'm glad that a new generation of people are going to get to experience it and in a new form. As I said, with fully active VOs and refreshed visuals, and yeah, and the original version is on here and now more accessible on multiple platforms, kind of thing. So yeah, all for it.
this is absolutely amazing that they're giving you not giving you the an updated version with full with voiceovers and everything, but they're also giving you the original version at the same time. I don't know what that
Yeah.
means when it comes to price. I'm guessing somewhere between 40 and 50 quid. I'm going to take a stab at
Hmm.
that. But you're getting two games. I don't think that's too big of a compared to what we're hearing about other video games in the future. You're getting two potentially already great games, and one what's just going to make ones a lot more easier. Say for me, who struggles to obviously read and everything and keep up to date when it comes to a story, cracking on to good knowing I'm going to have a game that I've never played before, which I will try with voiceovers.
Mm.
I'm over the moon with this because I've heard nothing but amazing things for Final Fantasy Tactics and everything. So I'm looking forward to giving this a full on whirl. And I was so happy about I saw one of the content creators I like watching, Premier 2. He loves tactics, and he was just going ballistic when he saw it. It's like, oh my god, they're fucking doing it. He was just like, they're doing it, the maniacs. And it was bloody
Exactly.
brilliant for him
As
and
a
everything.
follow up from that team from Final Fantasy 16, yeah, this was incredible,
Yeah.
and I love that it's called the Evilise Chronicles. Now, for me, Evilise speaks to Final Fantasy 12 and that one expansion for Final Fantasy 14 when you go back to Evilise, and the Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings was a tactics game on the DS as well. So I love the kind of the through line of that as well. Next up, Baby Steps, a game I'm not going to play, but I imagine every content creator under the sun is going to play because, for some reason they find this hilarious in terms of you're a dude trying to scale a mountain and just by walking, but walking is very, very difficult in this game.
I don't get the appeal. It's obviously got appeal, like what you just said. Content creators are obviously getting ready for this game, gobbling it all up. I don't understand the appeal for it, but heck, if there's an appeal and the game is successful for the team and and everything like that, that's all I care about at the end of the day. I want the devs teams not to have to rely on bloody AAA money and everything like that. And if they're going to get this, go for it and everything like that. So go for it.
No, hell yeah.
I'm not
We're not
going
here
to
to yuck anybody's yum, but yeah, you do you.
Makes no sense. I saw it when it was first announced, I think 2 years ago with Amy, and I think she was like, and I was like, what?
Exactly. You what?
Where's my pew pew pew?
Then next up, we have a stunning looking game in Hirogami, where you take on essentially you play as an origami character looking to protect your world, and it looks absolutely stunning. This game, I can't wait to check this out. And yeah, I'm sure with its Japanese sensibility, I'm sure you're all over this one too.
Love it. Looks absolutely just breathtaking and visually stunning in itself. And like it's again just a unique take on a game of how to do something with a different style and everything. And that's all good. September 3rd as well, so it's coming soon.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. Just in this summer. Next up, Everybody's Golf Hot Shots.
This is the game I was expecting Amy to scream for.
Yes,
she loves Everybody's Golf. She's a massive fan for it, and I'm amazed I wasn't like, oh yeah, she's happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I know she probably doesn't watch this, so she may not know.
That's true. Yeah, this will be the first time she hears about it. Wait, what? She runs over to open it on YouTube. I believe this one was announced at the Nintendo Switch last thing they did, the last Nintendo Direct. So I believe it's coming to multiple systems.
So she's maybe already screamed already, and I forgot about it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good to see this game again, and get a react onto the links and hot those shots, as they say.
Yeah, go for it.
Next up, another beautiful game, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. We saw plenty more gameplay this time around, and the action is fast and frenetic. The pixel art is stunning. I don't think it's a game I'm going to try because I'm historically not the greatest at 2D stuff. But yeah, for Ninja Gaiden fans, obviously they are eating when it comes to all things Ninja Gaiden this year. And
this week alone, I'm guessing Sunday they're going to get more stuff as well. So
yes, this is true. Yeah.
Looks good. I won't lie. Yeah, I thought it looked absolutely perfect. Just for the style. I'm a nerd for that type of art style. I love that type of just old school feel. I get the retro throwback, the classic feel of what that's out
twin
there.
protagonists as well, where you got Ryu and then you got the absolute baddie as well. Yeah, who you can play as.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous in itself. So July 21st.
Yes, literally around the corner. Kane is the next one, a climbing game which looks like it's not going to be fun to play. Now I know we're coming off the back of climbing games like Jusant, and it has a look which is akin to Dungeons of Hinterberg. But yeah, from what I can gather, you're controlling individual limb movements on various sticks and shoulder buttons or what have you, and it's gonna look like a very, very frustrating game to play. I think I'm gonna give this one a miss, but from a visual point of view, it does look. I really appreciate the art style. It's just not a gameplay that I'm looking to get right now.
I'm kind of on the same page of you. The thing about it, when you heard it in the trailer of like just the story beats of that, and I was just like, but then the game mechanics, I'm just like,
yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get on board.
I'm not sure here, guys. What the hell? But yeah, it looks lovely. I won't lie. But I didn't enjoy just turn. Is it? Did you say Jusant? Sorry, thank you. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, right. Didn't enjoy that personally. It was just I was just like, what? Yeah, just didn't like it. This one, I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if I can pass for me if the game mechanic will work for me, but yeah, I've got a couple of months to decide if I want to give it a go. November
Definitely.
5th, 2025.
Hell yeah. Next up, out of the blue for me, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. That's collection with a K, everyone, because Mortal Kombat. Yeah, bringing together the original arcade releases and the original console ports of the first four MK games. The inclusion of Mortal Kombat 4 was interesting to me. So, for those who don't know, MK1, 2, and 3 were all 2D, but MK4 added a third dimension, don't you know? It wasn't very good. I remember playing that on PC, and yeah, like MK2 and 3 just felt a lot tighter and a sharper of experience, but uh, it's good to see here, and they are including all of the artwork you can imagine. There's a documentary on here with the original motion capture actors as well, and how the actor who did the performance for Sonya Blade, how she's on there on the sound stage and she's doing the flips, and how it transitioned to for the sprites to be in the game itself. There's going to be like a full museum piece in there where you can go through original concept art and music and what have you. And yeah, Mortal Kombat does indeed have a legacy, and now there's a collection for it.
Yeah, this did come out of nowhere, no doubt about it. Mortal Kombat, it's an icon in the industry just alone for itself.
Mhm.
Just for the battles like between Nintendo and Sega years ago.
Yeah,
Sega, we have blood. Nintendo, we do not. Type
exactly.
of thing.
We got Street Fighter though. Yeah,
But no, yeah, it's if you're a Mortal Kombat guy, go out and give and you're wanting the retro feel, there you go. It's all there for you.
it'd be interesting to see when they start bringing PS2 stuff into these legacy collections of how retro does PS2 need to be before we get like Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and those and Shaolin Monks and those kind of games in there, because they were of its time, but they were a huge amount of fun to play as well.
Well, the industry already considers that era retro, so it might
Mm.
already be happening already. So we just don't know yet.
Hopefully they've got the licensing for all that and it hasn't like expired for any
I
like
guess that's
licensed
what it'll
music and
come
stuff like
it'll come
that.
down
Yeah, yeah.
to is what licenses you
Mhm.
have and everything.
That's it. Next up, what a thrill. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. We got to see a lot more gameplay in snippets, and more of the game being remade, quote unquote, but still having the same animation styles for the characters, which looked a bit off to me. If you're brand new coming to Metal Gear, uh, it kind of just looks staccato and a bit stiff. But that's how it was back in the day with the original Metal Gear Solid 3. So I understand why they did it. And yeah, it still looks like it's going to be a huge amount of fun to play. And I think they were teasing Metal Gear Online as well at the very end of that, where we have Big Boss chasing down some of the little frog characters and the Ape Escape characters as well, a little bit earlier from that. But yeah, MGS Delta Snake Eater. Looking forward to it.
People forgetting about this game because I feel like people are forgetting about this game, that this is coming and everything.
It's going to go under the radar, yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's Kojima not touching it. That's why.
Yeah.
I think if Kojima was all over this, I think people would be a lot more hyped, even though it'll still probably. I'm guessing Kojima will still be in the credits for it and everything. I think they have no choice.
I hope he
They'll
really
have
best
to.
be. He should Hideo Kojima game.
Yeah. For it. So yeah, it's arguably one of the best Metal Gear games out there, the original version. So if they
and it's a great jumping on point. This is chronologically the first game in the saga.
Yeah.
So jump onto it and discover the story of Big Boss.
Yeah, no
in
doubt.
the 60s, I want to say.
Hmm?
Yeah. Next up, Neo 3, which came out of the blue. For me, like very Souls coded in that similar way that people say Liza P is the best Soul games not made by FromSoft. This is another contender for that title of the Neo series, and yeah, if you're into that sort of style, then you've got another one coming up. So yeah,
it's Neo 3, so they've obviously Neo 1 and 2 were obviously an amazing success for them to be able to do at number 3. So I think it's just again like what I just said about Metal Gear, like it's a franchise maybe that's going under the radar right now, and this one seems like it is one of those, like with what you're saying, that Lies of P. A lot of people's like that's the best um Dark Souls game that isn't a FromSoft game and everything, and I'm just
Yes.
like, there's many out there, guys. Have you played them all? And type of thing. Yeah, I'm not a Souls person or anything like that. This does not appeal
Not
to me,
yet.
even though it.
Hopefully, if we get to that milestone for Safe in Our World, then you will be
First, we got
diving
to
into the
get to
land between.
chest burster milestone for you first, and then we can get
This
to
is
me.
true.
Okay, we can do
Yeah.
that later. But no, yeah. It
Just
looked visually,
giving.com/words about games.
yeah, it looked visually gorgeous. I won't lie. Early
Yeah.
2026, they're saying, so they're just like, yo,
Mhm.
we're ready to go. Let's go. So they've easily, the game's probably at least in it's obviously in its, I would say, what, final 8 months.
Yeah, I don't think it's too far away from going
10
gold,
months.
and then yeah,
The
100%.
point, I'll tell you that, I'll probably like, we're staying away from May just in case.
Yes. And then strap on your VR helmets because it's time for Thief VR: Legacy of Shadows. I wasn't expecting any more VR stuff, not even mentions of VR in here. So to get like 2 titles is a lot. And for those who are into that Thief saga and the whole immersive sim, which I know Amy is, but I'm not sure how she would feel about having to strap on the helmet in order to do that. It's a commitment.
Well, first she would have to go out and get one.
Yeah,
but she's, I believe she enjoys the Thief. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Amy.
Yeah.
For all that, but yeah, it's I've never been a Thief guy or anything like that, so I have no interest in this. I'm sure it's someone's drum out there, and they're probably screaming their heads off, saying "fuck yes!" Finally, I can use my VR headset too.
There you go. They're blowing the dust off it.
Or they said, "Finally, I can go out. I've got a reason to go out and buy one." I was thinking that's not enough reason to go out and buy one. Says the person who's probably going to buy a Switch 2 just for Pokemon. Will be buying just for Pokemon.
There you
I'm
go.
a fucking schmuck as well. But anyway, yeah.
Hey, but at least you accept it. You recognize it, right?
I accept my wrongs. Yes, I know.
There you go.
I'm in an abusive relationship with Pokemon. And they are winning.
They do all the time.
They do.
Then we have a very interesting game where Sony was like, yeah, you know that colorful game Marathon? Don't worry about it. You never saw it. Here's another colorful multiplayer game. We have Tides of Tomorrow, which is a multiplayer story game, which is interesting in a sentence. I need to see how this shapes up, but it looks very unique in the fact that it is hyper stylized and you're seeing kind of shadows and reflections of people from previous times and how they are going to be populated by other people. It does scream like live service in order to populate these stories for people, and games can live and die on that. But yeah, Tides of Tomorrow. What was your take on that?
Their version of Sea of Thieves, basically.
That's Sea of Remnants.
This was all in development before Microsoft went, "Yo, we're coming over to you guys. Don't worry now. Hey, we've always been friends, you and us, Sony," type of thing. But no, yeah, it's visually it looks very unique and interesting. I'm always interested in very flamboyant styles out there when it comes to visuals. But it's a game that I'm just like, that's not for me personally. But again, I'm sure it'll hit someone's yum factor and they'll be all over it.
That's it. Then we got everybody's favorite little robot. It's Astrobot, and he's back with a new set of challenge levels, bringing the total up to 90 planets, so 90 levels in this game as well. I'm interested that they are sticking with challenge levels and not necessarily just, oh, here's new worlds to go explore, like here's a summer themed one or that kind of thing, given that they did a holiday Christmas themed one late last year kind of thing. And I'm also wondering, okay, whatever resources are going into this, can you just put the team on making a new game? Because I just want a new game. Like I want more, but I'm okay with the challenge levels. I'm not about the speedrun life. The challenge levels in Astrobot almost broke me, so I don't want any more of those. Thank you very much.
Well, there's no doubt they'll be working on something new or Astrobot 2 or whatever.
Sure.
type of thing. But I think this is a lovely, great way to continue keeping the game around in quote unquote
Sure.
relativity. They're obviously seeing something, some sort of metric, what's making them go, we'll keep on doing challenge level DLC or something like that for people, because obviously people are obviously maybe trying to almost break the game in like how fast they can get past the levels and whatnot. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're appealing to someone out there for it. So yo, congratulations.
And
Astrobot was a great game, deserved its Game of the Year awards it won last year. So yo,
yeah,
rock on,
absolutely. And
brilliant.
they're introducing a whole new raft of the characters and miniatures that you can collect. The first one announced was Atsu from Ghost of Yote, and yeah, I I wonder if we'll see Final Fantasy characters included. So whether we get Cloud and Aerith and Tifa within that pack, or whether they'll just be Sony first party IP like the newer stuff that have come through. So yeah, we will see how that shapes up. Next up is the the Sea of Thieves clone. It's Sea of Remnants. You play as a puppet for some reason, and yeah, you're on a ship, and it's all high seas, hijinks, and uh, yeah, I wasn't into Sea of Thieves. I know Amy loves that game, uh, but yeah, if they want a similar experience, then Sea of Remnants might be the one.
Maybe, no doubt about that. Two Pirates games in the same thing,
Mm,
right? Pretty close to back as well, which was really funny.
that's it.
Visually looks really canny. I won't lie. Again, going for that unique style, but it's kind of very similar to that Tides of Tomorrow at the same time when it comes to
Yes.
flamboyancy. So yeah,
Whether they cannibalize each other, we
yeah,
will
maybe, yeah.
see.
That people might be saying that for the pirate game. Which one? There was two. What do you
Yeah.
mean there was two? Aren't they the same? No.
Mhm. Uh, then we have from the team that bought you Abzu and Pathless and Journey, Sword of the Sea. Uh, this game looks phenomenal. I can't wait to jump into this game. I'm sure it will have a story that's told with 0 words and it will still make you weep. And the main character has very Solar Ash vibes, where they are traversing whilst riding their swords, or indeed from Metaphor Refantasio, if you remember that game with the prince and how in populated areas you were able to get around the city on your sword like that. But yeah, I highly recommend you check out this trailer because it looks stunning.
Basically, they took what they learned from Journey, from Abzu and Pathless. Oh, Pathfinder, is it? Yeah, Pathless.
Atlas, yeah.
Yeah, and they've now thrown all three mechanics into one there, and this looks incredible, absolutely incredible. I think a lot of people have maybe questioned of like, did they peak at Journey when it was the first game and everything?
Mm,
I don't think so. I think that Journey, incredible game,
yep.
revolutionary, everything. It's they only really used one mechanic in that. Now then they obviously explored more with the next game. They've explored more with the next game. Now they're bringing from it looks like they're bringing all of that together for this game, and I won't be surprised if this somehow is better than Journey.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully we'll see that soon. Then we had
August. It says August
yeah,
19th.
August.
So
That's right. Then we had the PS Plus block coming, and they hit us with a quick rapid fire succession of what's coming up. FBC Firebreak. That's going to come to PS Plus, I believe, in the extra tier. And I imagine it's going to come to. It's already been announced that it's coming to Game Pass and other services like that as well. So it's good to see parity on those. Hopefully that will
I did
go.
not know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, and hopefully that will go some way towards getting this game an audience because it's going to live and die off the player base. But yeah, FBC Firebreak, and then to PlayStation Plus Classics, the original Deus Ex is coming. Twisted Metal 3 and 4. Sorry, Deus Ex is coming on the 17th of June. Twisted Metal 3 and 4 on the 15th of July, and then more copies of Resident Evil for Amy to buy. Resident Evil 2 and 3 coming to PlayStation Plus Classics catalog this summer.
Probably won't buy them
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure she's got them, hasn't she?
When has that stopped her? She's got 16 plus copies of Resident Evil.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then, yeah, if you didn't know, dear listener, Days of Play is a sale that's happening on PlayStation at the moment with a lot of discounts. And they announced that Mist and Riven are coming later this month, part of Days of Play. So there is that. Yeah, I'm not sure any of us are still subscribed to PlayStation Plus. But I know Amy was giving us that trick that the games which are added to the classics, you can still purchase some of them through the PSN store anyway. So
you
even
can.
if you're not subscribed, then you can still have access to those games.
Yes, you can.
Hell yes. Next up, we had IO Interactive's reveal after their tease earlier on this week of a Bond 007 First Light with generic white man. It's Nathan Bond, everyone. They were teasing this earlier in the week, and there was some hullabaloo on the interwebs to say, "Oh, have they got a known actor to play the role of Bond in this video game?" And when the dude was revealed, it was like, "Oh, it's just a generic white man." And I always knew they were going to put a Caucasian person in there, or a person who happens to be white in there, and they weren't going to do something bold. But yeah, it did seem a bit of a disappointment to me. But what was worse is that obviously this is a team behind Hitman and those games, and this is a Bond game in the Hitman engine, and it looks a certain way. But I think they're trying to get the set pieces to work as a Bond game would, in terms of okay, you got these grand set pieces, then you got a car chase and things like that, and the car chase did not look good. It looked like it's going to be like an on rail section, which might be fine like once you're behind the sticks, but from first blush to me it looked a bit wooden. But I know there's going to be hopefully, I should say, there's going to be such ingenuity in and all the different ways you can go around doing the things that Bond needs to do to get out of what sticky situation he is, with the various different Hitman mechanics and use of different objects and things like that.
This looks like a Hitman skin, like I always thought it was going to
Yeah.
be. So the thing about it, they like go to what you started with. They were never going to go bold and do a different ethnicity for Bond. They were never going to do that. I think the internet would have broke, and they would have come turning into public enemy #1 for that.
Yeah.
For that, and I can see why they didn't. I wouldn't want to become public enemy #1 either. It's a coward. It's cowardice. I won't lie, but I do get it for it, because it's just sometimes it's like, just choose your battles right now, and it's just like, that side they are very visceral right now with obviously with America and over here in the UK and every freaking Russia and all that shit. It'll just go. It'll go crazy. I would have loved them to have gone for it, grow a pair of balls and go for it. But I also, when I was watching, I was just like, "Yep, you are generic. You are generic character #1, dude."
Apparently, it's the actor who lent their likeness. At least I'm not sure if they're voicing the character as well. Is the new Dexter? So maybe they're rebooting Dexter, and this is the chap who's playing a young version of the character.
Yeah, they've rebooted Dexter.
Yeah, and apparently this is the same jabroni who's going to be Bond, James Bond.
I just want to see. Let's have a look. Sees. Where are you?
But yeah, I'm sure we'll see more of this through Summer Games Fest, and maybe on Xbox's stage as well later on in the week. But yeah, First Light.
Well, they're doing a what is it? A gameplay reveal in July or something.
Yeah, because they've got to show off Mind's Eye, which they're also involved with. And the developer of that said some wild things, because I think there was a this is going off a tangent, but we love a tangent here on the Words About Games podcast, dear listener. So yeah, the developer behind Mind's Eye, which was built in the Everything engine, I want to say, or the Everything game, they claimed that everyone who previewed the game were paid off by Rockstar to give it a poor preview. Which is absolute wild behavior.
Because they're idiots. Yeah,
think
it
Rockstar.
is young Dexter. You can see
Yeah,
Patrick Gibson. Yeah, he.
that's
No
the
offense,
fella.
Mr. Gibson, you look like character B,
Yeah. Hmm.
generic character one, basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
going back to the game, I was not in. Yeah, it just looks like a Hitman clone skin.
Yeah.
Um, you're gonna have to do massive selling for me, IOI, for this
Mhm.
type of
I know you
game.
don't vibe very much with Hitman games, right?
No, I hated the last one. It just because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
pissed me off so much because at the time where I was living, I didn't have great internet. So
And you needed
obviously,
always online connection.
for when I got the game, I got it physically. So I was just like, I'm
Mm,
gonna play it because I don't want to disturb other people in the household. I'm gonna play it offline and everything like that. Because on disc, I could only play the first 3 levels. I had to do a
mm.
download to get the rest of the game. And I was like, why is it not on the fucking disc?
Yeah.
I don't care if
It's
it's
not like you're running
broken.
out of
That's
capacity.
fine. I can get past that. Unless
Yeah.
it's completely broken. I could get
Mm.
past that and everything, but that just pissed me off so much. I was just like, back to boomerang you go. I ain't touching you. But yeah, this doesn't look good for me personally at all. I didn't enjoy it. It just looked like what I said it was gonna always look like.
Fair enough. Then we had a short snippet from Gosu Yote starring the wonderful Erika Ishii. And yeah, her little doggy friend comes through, and essentially it was a kind of advert, as all of these things are, to say that there's going to be another state of play
Really?
in July, where we're going to get like a deep dive over Gosu Yote, and I'm sure that will be incredible. I know a few of my friends, they're going to give that a miss because they want to go in unspoiled and not
Fair.
see anything about the game, kind of thing, which is fair if that's your jam. But yeah, always good to see this game. I am very excited for it.
When it comes to the deep dives, what PlayStation have done, or like their main exclusives and everything like that, they never spoil anything for the game at all.
No.
When they show the gameplay
Yeah,
and
yeah.
how the character will walk and talk and fight and everything like that. But when it comes to like story beats, they never really spoil the game whatsoever.
Yeah,
They've
definitely.
always handled that very well at PlayStation.
Hmm.
I thought it was like when I was watching this, I was thinking, why is this here?
Could
If
have
you're
been a
not
blog
going to
post.
show anything
Yes.
apart from that, why are you here? Like for
Exactly.
me, you could have just I think it's just like they feel like they have to show it, and people every time a state of play is coming, people are expecting it because it's obviously their main game this year,
That
later
first
on in the
party, yeah,
year.
offering for this year.
And everyone's just like, yeah, you got to show us something, and I'm just like, why? You don't.
Exactly. What else are you going to
You
show us? Fair
don't.
games.
Fuck the idiots who are whining that it's a woman. Fuck those idiots.
Exactly.
Just do a post saying July, whatever. Give
Yeah.
big gameplay reveal, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or whatever, or full on gameplay. No spoilers,
Yeah.
obviously, of Ghosts of Yotai, just like what we did for Ghosts of Tsushima, Last of Us Part 2, and all the other games that they've shown off.
Hmm.
Yeah, this for me, I get it's there, why it's there. I don't think it should have been there, but it looks visually
Hmm.
good. Can't deny that. And you get a
Uh,
pet wolf. Come
yes.
on, guys. I won't lie. I'll say
If
this right
that wolf
now.
dies, though, we riot.
Yeah, that dog, that wolf dies. We're
Yeah.
fucking rioting. I'm gonna
Exactly.
go resign to Twitter. I'm gonna be the most abusive bastard ever. Then I'm gonna leave Twitter.
There you go. Yeah, during the state of play as well, it might have been earlier, but before our last announcement we'll get to, they announced they're making their own fight stick,
Yeah,
which is new for them, and it looked awesome. I'm not a fight stick person, but I
yeah.
appreciate a peripheral. And yeah, the fighting game community is eating because this last announcement we teased it earlier when we were going into this, is phenomenal. Marvin Dokkan Fighting Souls. This is a Arc System Works. It's a Japanese take on a Marvel 2D fighter, 4-on-4 combat, and each of the characters have their own art style. Sorry, the art style which is quintessentially Japanese, and it looks incredible. All the VOs in Japanese, which I think just sounds absolutely badass, and Tony Stark is in this, and his version of the Iron Man suit has like Gundam qualities to it as well, and yeah, Kamala Khan's in here, and Doctor Doom, and then when Storm comes through, and yeah, and Cap looks really cool in his. They're giving him like a jacket with extra components onto it as well, and it just looks incredible.
Basically, they just went. let's animate this shit up.
Exactly.
And
Marvel versus who? Oh yeah, we don't need Capcom no more. Don't worry about it.
fuck
We
you,
got you.
Capcom. We don't need you no more. I was gonna say I'm on the Eurogamer one here showing it. Eurogamer, you need to go back into your article and change something. You've put down as a 3v3 fighter game. No, it's a 4v4.
4v4.
You like I'm not gonna shout out the person who wrote the article, but because that would be terrible of me. But anyway,
But
go on.
yeah, go for it. No, go for it.
I am not a fighting game guy.
Mhm.
Fucking looks amazing.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's interesting, Paul, because with Sony PlayStation acquiring Evo, which is the fighting game company / tournament, you know this is a play for that, and how this is hopefully going to be supported with new characters being added periodically, and it will be unbalanced as heck. And in a couple of years' time, we'll have like an Ultimate Edition where people are actually happy with how things are balanced. But yeah, this is going to be it's shaping up to be an all-timer. And it'll go head to head with League of Legends 2XKO as well when it comes to this stylized 2D fighter as well. And when you've got the IP resonance of Marvel, and Spider-Man's in this game, and there's so many characters to be added, and I can't wait to see how they introduce like the Hulk and the Wolverine into this, and just even more of the X-Men roster. Because we all we have fond memories of how the X-Men characters were used in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and things like that. And and I thought it was really cool how at the end of this trailer it had like a CRT VHS filter on it, and it paused and it rewound, and then we got like a deep dive with the developers as well.
It was so awesome. It was so well done.
PlayStation did lie to us. They said this was going to be a 40-minute state of play, and it did run longer than that. But I think that was because they included this bit at the end. I think if they'd said, "Right, it's going to be 50 minutes," then people would have kicked off saying, "This is how you ended with a developer chat," rather than telling us what Corey was working on or anything. This Marvel Dokkan Fighting Souls.
Yeah, I just love the name Marvel. Like what you said, Marvel Dokkan Fighting Souls. Yeah. It's so awesome. And I just want to say this, Tim Geddes, screw the English language. Why is it in English? It's like, because Japanese language is the most progressive, awesome fighting language to have in a video game. And so if you're watching an anime and you want to fight in anime, you watch it in fucking subs, you crazy person. Shut your mouth. Sit down, boy.
And enjoy the Greg Bitter Championship Parade coming out on the same day which you'll be walking down Embarco with your Pokemon Go Fest. And he's going to be behind you with a big float celebrating Game Showdown Season 3 champion. But yeah, that was State of Play, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that little recap. Shall we take a quick break, or do you want to power through?
Oh, we can take a quick break. There's no doubt about that. We can definitely do that. So we're going to pause for a minute. You're going to see us switch around, maybe. Like, I might be there and he might be here. Who knows? We won't decide. We'll find out. Who knows? Who knows in this society? We're crazy people out there. We'll come back and we'll be... Vitz is going to tell you an awesome advert, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Or it might be the charity one. Because we are getting ready to put Pixel Pop Stars Grand Finale together. Timings of contestants' availability is all over the shop, so we've got to sort that out. But keep posted, or stay tuned to my socials over on Bluesky. We'll keep you posted on all things Pixel Pop Stars. In the meantime, we'll see you after this break. Peace. What's good, everyone? I'm Vitz Patel. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, let's go.
It's time for Pixel Pop Stars. The video game and pop culture game show. Life is nice from us beyond. Enter your state of flow.
Catch Season 2 of Pixel Pop Stars on Twitch and YouTube at Vitz Patel.
Welcome back, everybody. We're back from our little break. See, we're still in the same spot, so don't worry about that. Don't worry.
There you
go. So, Vitz, what is the topic you wanted to bring to the show today?
Yeah, so as we mentioned at the top of the show, Merry Switchmas to all who are celebrating. So today's the day of recording is the release date of the Nintendo Switch 2. Obviously, the follow-up to the enormously successful Switch. And I have been loving seeing all of the stories from our friends who were lucky enough to get one or two or several, and all of the different stories that they're telling in terms of for our friends who are based over in the United States. Some have pre-ordered through Walmart, and I think they're trialing their new grocery dash delivery service because essentially they are shipping Pringles and Coca-Cola with the Switch 2, which the customers did not order. But I think they were just doing that as a kind of a make good for how shambolic the whole pre-order process was anyway. But yeah, I think Walmart thought this is a good idea to put it in. I imagine they cleared it with Nintendo, or they just said, you know what, we're just going to do it anyway and see how we get on. But yeah, we've heard reports that one Walmart customer received a free Pro controller with their order as well. So I think what happened there is that the orders got switched. They definitely got somebody else's order. So hopefully that the person who received the original order is okay and they can get that sorted out. There's been some horror stories as well. There's a particular store over in New York where it's a GameStop store, and they were stapling receipts to the front of the boxes of the Switch 2. Sadly, the staples were piercing the box, as you'd imagine, but they also pierced the screen and of the Switches themselves. So they've all been kicking off, and I'm sure that whoever person is managing that store and the store staff there, they are in a ton of hot water right now, because supplies are limited when it comes to these things, and I'm sure all those people will be wanting a replacement. But yeah, I just wanted to put this in to get your thoughts on how you've seen the welcome have how it's been received, and yeah, for my sensibilities, I've been mostly focused on the Mario Kart World piece because that's the game that I'm most interested in, and for the system to launch with that, with potentially one of its killer apps, is impressive. I'm really interested to see long term over the next few days how people find the Forza Horizon section of the game. Now, I understand that is a game mode outside of the core gameplay, but how populated that is and the number of things to do, and whether outside of the challenges with the blue P power buttons and the blue coins you can pick up or whatever it is, if there is a lot to do. But from what I gather, the core gameplay mechanic of doing the Grand Prix and the knockout tour is so phenomenal that it doesn't matter what the free roam the tour mode gives you, and how the soundtrack is incredible and it goes so hard. And I'm looking forward to that one day hitting the Nintendo Music app. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how people come across some of the reimagined stages. So from Mario Kart 8, they are reimagining some of the tracks here so they can be stitched together for Knockout Tour and things like that. But yeah, there's a few weird things that we'll get to first. But Moody, what's your take on the Switch 2 on its launch day?
So, from my take on it, from a developer point of view, it's like, yeah, I completely forgot this was coming out last week. So, and I think from my side of like people I've spoken to, where I'm at now, and obviously who I used to work with, and some who I used to work with, it's going to be a massive success. We all know it's going to be in everything for Nintendo. I mean, I think we're intrigued to see how it's going to, how people are going to truly take the prices and everything for the games and whatnot. I think a lot of people are very intrigued by this, especially in the industry, because the industry obviously is in a massive state of flux. When you've got a Game of the Year contender for £50 in Expedition 33, and you've got Mario Kart World for what, 80 quid in it, 90, almost 80, 90 quid. And I'm not saying it's not worth it. I haven't played it. I can't comment on it. Like I've said on many occasions, November 2 years ago was my Game of the Year. It's a 90-minute game. I would have happily paid £100 for that game. There's no doubt about it. each to
Yeah.
their own, and that what experience really means something to you. I do get that. For me, I have like, even though I'm a schmuck and I'm going to buy one eventually because of Pokemon, I know I am. From the developer side, from my side, where it's kind of been a whimper of just like everything. Then Nintendo kind of like gone out their way to literally make themselves unsellable for some weird reason, because it's just like everything, like at the end of the great conference that they showed off where Amy was literally, I'm gonna fucking buy one, and then saw the
Yeah.
price and went, what the fuck, type of thing. When that all happened and everything and kicked off, I think that has hurt them. I think they're gonna be able to push through it for a while, but I think I think this is going to be it's going to be a better console than the Switch 2. There's no doubt about it. But I also feel like by within 3 years, this console's going to be obsolete for a developer's point of view.
Yeah. Yeah. To that point, in terms of we're in that early phase. Obviously, day recording. We're doing this on launch day. We're going to be in that window where the people who have bought the Switch or going to buy the Switch, they were going to pick up this console no matter what the price was. In terms of they've got the means to do it, and more power to them and all. And
well, we
it's in
know
the
there's
same way
people
that-
out there who don't have the means and they're doing it anyway. So it's like,
yeah, that's it. Who needs food, right?
yeah.
I'm sure the rent can be late this month or the next couple of months. But yeah, we saw similar stories with the handful of people who picked up PS5 Pro, even though the price of that was even more ridiculous than this one. Kind of, there are always going to be that echelon of people who will pick up the thing regardless of how much it costs. And yeah, to your point, like when it comes to the masses who do have to look at the week to week, the month to month finances in terms of, okay, how many months do we have to scrimp and save before we can comfortably put this together, which isn't going to financially ruin us? It's a huge commitment to get, and it's not easy with the pricing policy that they've done. And let's not beat around the bush. This is a decision that Nintendo did not need to make. They are doing it in order to hopefully break even with their system or make a profit on hardware. I understand typically that the margin is made through software sales rather than the hardware. They typically make a loss or at least break even. So we'll see. And I think they're using the current economic climate as a kind of a mask or as an excuse to say, oh, well, the price is this much because of price of components and whatnot. And I'm sure that plays in a little bit into it, but excuse me, it's going to be corporate greed, which is driving a lot of it. And until it makes financial sense for me, and I'm sure for many others, I'm not picking one of these up. I put a post out on Bluesky earlier on today, like celebrating with everybody who's picking up their Switch, but just to say, because I'm lucky enough to have a PlayStation 5 and a PC that can play games, this would be my Nintendo exclusive machine. And going into it, there was zero like review coverage, and I don't think outlets got any review copies or anything of Mario Kart to test out, and that would be the one game that would get me in. So it's kind of, you're putting a huge risk, quote unquote, to say, okay, I'm going to put my money down and hope that this game is good. And when you're talking about these kind of prices, you can't do that. You need to make a rational decision, and hopefully it makes sense going on in the future. But then this is Nintendo, which even when they have a sale, the prices don't come down. It's really weird. But Nintendo have that power, right? They've got that cachet, and people will jump through many hoops to get that Nintendo magic, which they can't get anywhere else. And as much as Microsoft would like to have a strategy like that, they just don't have it. So they've chosen to go multi-platform, and Sony have made the decision to go to PC with a lot of their titles. So it would just to see what happens. What I'm really interested for, and I know I said interested a lot in this segment, is to see what Digital Foundry make of this in terms of, right, not so much the gubbins, because they talked about the specs and stuff, but what are the things it does well? What are the things that it lacks on? What are the things that they think they're going to be introduced with firmware updates and things like that? The one weird thing that I want to touch on, so they have the Welcome Tour, which is this game. I believe it retail for like £10 or something like that here in the UK. and essentially it's the introduction to your system, and it's a kind of guided walkthrough of, okay, here's all the new features, here's what they do, but it's also populated with mini games and things like that. And there's things to do there. In order to complete Welcome Tour, you need to buy the Pro controller and have either the official USB camera, that hoary one with the piranha plant, or a USB camera, which I accept that many people have, but in order to complete the game, for you to buy a Pro controller is a bit of an ask. Now, I know for my sensibilities, I was going to get a Pro controller anyway, because that's how I like to play. And there's nothing to say that the original Pro controller that launched with the Switch is compatible with this. But I'm not sure if there's extra bells and whistles which are required to make Welcome Tour, or in order to complete Welcome Tour, that kind of thing. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, there's some weird Nintendo decisions, and I don't think that's the last of them.
No, Nintendo are gonna go crazy on this console. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
They're definitely testing the waters of seeing, I think, how far they think they can go. There's no doubt about that. The reasons are like saying why it's so expensive. Like one of the reasons was obviously Trump's tariffs. Well, those are gone right now.
Yep.
You got stopped. Okay, you could have lowered your price just like every other company. You can lower your price now. You're saying the reason. You told us the reason, and we didn't agree with the reason either. But you told us the reason.
Yeah, you gave us an excuse, and now like the excuse has gone away. So what now? What?
Now what? Put it back. Put it back. You haven't done that. So yeah, they're testing the waters. I don't know how far they're going to be able to go. Nintendo fans have always been very forgiving though when it comes to Nintendo in general. Like I found that out at my last job. It's just like you can put out a really not a great game and it'll sell incredibly well on them. On that console still. They're very forgiving. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Like, it's a beautiful looking little console. There's no doubt about it. I think it does a lot. Going from what I can see, it does a lot of things far better than what the original did. And the original was like it was obsolete before the fucking thing came out. At least this one isn't fully obsolete yet. It's got, I would like to say, it's got at least 2.5 years to not be obsolete until obviously PlayStation release their next console and Xbox do their next console and everything. I think that gamers, it's going to be the same thing. Gamers are going to love this console, just like they love the Switch. Developers are going to eventually hate the console. That's how I think it's going to be. And when people are going to be like, "Well, why is it taking so long to get games out and everything like that?" This is the fucking reason. You've got fucking so many SKUs of a console. Yeah, but they've got the same type of hardware. That doesn't make a difference. They still have to optimize it down to that fucking thing, you moron. And and that's just
no, 1,000%. I think the one hope that I have is so all these systems which have launched today, kind of thing, they come with the LED screen, and I'm sure in a couple of years' time there'll be an OLED model. And I think that's it. And hopefully, if that comes out, and it'll be a ridiculous price anyway, maybe the base Switch 2 will come down in price, not by a lot. Or I'm guessing it'll come down by say £20-30, and then the current price will be the new what the OLED model goes in at.
Yeah,
but Nintendo have been known to make wild decisions in the past, so we'll see how that goes.
Like it's fascinating right now, of just like when it comes to console pricing right now, because everybody's obviously Microsoft have decided we're raising ours and we're going to put our 2 terabyte one more expensive than the PS5 Pro in America. I don't know about the rest of the world and everything like that, but it's now basically the most expensive console out there. And PlayStation right now have lowered their prices just in time for when Switch 2 comes out, which I think is very interesting. It's like, well, we'll lower it. How long will those stay? Who knows, and everything like that. But I think it's just because Microsoft, it's clear Microsoft were anticipating PlayStation were going to raise theirs, and they've done the opposite. We know they'll always go back up and everything, but I just think the battle. This is why I don't mind the nice little dueling battle of like lowering prices to try and get you in the door. Microsoft decided Nah, we don't want you in your
That's it.
door.
Everything's Xbox, don't worry about it.
Screw you, screw you, gamers.
You don't need to buy a console anyway. It's going to come on to all the other systems.
That's
so
true. That is true.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Sarah Bond is just going to have egg on her face, like we predicted many months ago.
She had it on her face that last year. She's fine.
But yeah, so yeah, like Merry Switchmas to all who celebrate, and I hope that the console is everything you need it to be, and more. If this is your only system, I know we were debating this last week to say if this is the only video game system in your household, with the at least right now the adoption of third-party titles coming over. Hopefully it will be a competent system for you to experience all the games that you may or may not have played before. And we wish you nothing but the best, and we hope that we join you in the sun at some time soon when the prices become a little less ridiculous.
Hopefully, there's no doubt about that. The thing is about it, when it comes to the Switch too, it's like they've effectively, for their end, destroyed secondhand games.
Yes.
You can't. Their games, unless someone buys like 2 copies and keeps one for themselves and trades it in. But the company's they're gonna have to verify it, but they can't verify it because if they do, they're then taking the code, and it's just like,
yeah,
they've completely on their end destroyed the secondhand market for Switch 2. Switch 1, those prices are gonna go fucking up.
Exactly.
Which is gonna help them when they don't want to help them. Nintendo, you're backwards, man. You're so backwards.
Tell you what isn't backwards though, Moody. It is your time to shine.
It is. We would do Open Critic, but sadly, Nintendo did not want to give any of their games out or consoles out
This is
early.
true.
So there's no reviews out there
For Mario Kart.
for Mario Kart. So we'll do it next week. We'll see what it's going to be. Reviewers are going to review it because they're very favorable to Nintendo. So hopefully that's going to do me good in Fantasy Critic.
Yeah, 100%.
I know, and Open Critic, even though I'm wiping everyone's floor on Open Critic, so it's all right. But let's move on to my moment to shine. Hello, everybody. Be proud. You made it. Another day's behind you. Another week has passed. But do you want to know what else? You have a future that is yours to decide. Let it fly, your heated fury, because it is your time to party. I've lost myself. We all welcome each other from far and wide, unlike everyone else. We'll be helping each other out all the way. Go live your best life. It all starts at level 1. Go now, high five that sky. Live long and prosper. Roll into them titties, and the journey is yours, and it starts now. Live long and prosper.
Peace.